Busy parents, listen up because I want to welcome you to another episode of the Fit Parent Podcast. It is your favorite online fitness coach, Tyler Porto. In today's episode, we're going to be actually have a client interview with one of my OG clients, Jamie Bayless. All right, so y'all get ready for it. I'm super excited. This should be entertaining. This should be good. So y'all get ready. All right. So I do want to thank everybody for listening, sharing the podcast. Now, the ask of the podcast is very, very simple. If you get any value, you enjoy it, you get inspired, it motivates you to change, or maybe someone needs to hear this today, please share this with your friends and family. I do not run any paid ads in this podcast. It is all grown word of mouth. All right. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So we have, if you're watching this live, okay, we have our client. Her name is Jamie Bayless. Jamie, how you doing, girl?
I am great today. Hanging out at the pool.
Yeah, I see that. You got the pool in the background. I absolutely love it. Hopefully, I'm glad you got some shade because I know you live, are you in Lubbock right now?
No, we're still in Frisco, Texas, which is North DFW area, but we're headed to Lubbock in like 5 days. So,
So you're very, very close. Have you already checked what the weather's going to be like there?
Yeah, it's pretty much hot and windy. So
I know like this week, just in Halton, Louisiana, I mean, it's like 100 degrees. And it's just like, it's a scorcher, I say that, whenever it becomes like the wintertime. Oh, I hate the wintertime. Wish it was warmer. And then whenever the heat comes, it's like, oh, I wish it was cooler. So, we can never be satisfied. Right. But Jamie, all right. Couple questions. All right. Tell everybody how old you are. Do you have a family? What do you do for work? And we've already discussed where you're from. So,
well, I am 46 for a few more days. My birthday's coming up soon. I am the mom of 4 and I have 2 granddaughters. Okay. My kiddos are 17 to 26. So pretty much grown. My youngest just graduated from high school. Yay.
Yeah.
And then I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for 24 years now, elementary school. So love it. It's kind of what I was meant to do.
Yeah. I think you're really good at it too. Like you're very attention to detail. And I know that you care for others, and that, I mean, just us conversating, talking back and forth, and we chat a lot. So I could tell that you're definitely driven, and that's exciting. And I know that excites you as well. So Jamie, and just so that everybody knows this, I met Jamie, me and my wife, we went to Secrets. Was it Puerto Vallarta?
Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah. We met there 2020.
20.
Yep. It was July. I'm bad with dates and stuff, but we met there, and that's how we kind of, like, me and my wife, we didn't know anybody there, right? When you go to resorts, you go to all-inclusive resorts, you don't know anybody there. You just kind of mingle and you try to get to know other people. And that's where we met Jamie. We met a whole slew of, her husband and a lot of people that we became close friends with. So it's exciting. And that's why we love to travel. And man, that's just like, just seeing you from where you were, Jamie, before you, like when I first initially met you to where you are now, it's like night and day difference on who you are. And that's what excites me, because me doing what I do and being an online coach, starting it whenever I did, I don't know if you would be in the situation that you are in now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just glad that I was able to help you and guide you and be a part of it. So that's what excites me the most. So super proud of your accomplishments. So let's go ahead and ask me, why did you decide to invest in a coach? I know some people are like weary about it. They, that they want, which, there's a lot of information out there on Google and things like that. So what kind of got you to say, hey, I need to actually invest and hire a coach?
Yeah, well, so after meeting you in Puerto Vallarta that summer, I went home, started thinking about it. I knew I was not happy with where I was health-wise. My weight was not in a good place, and I wasn't active. I wasn't doing things. And I've had done things before in the past, after having 4 kids, like I did Weight Watchers, and not slamming Weight Watchers because it worked when I was on it. and I lost the weight and I was great, but I put the weight back on.
Hmm.
And I just decided this time I needed to invest in myself. I needed to take the time to like really learn more about what I should be eating, how I should be working out, how I should be moving my body, and having the accountability of having someone saying, "Hey, you missed a workout. When are you going to make that up?" Or, how is your meal plans going? Or, just checking in with like, your weight didn't drop this week. Like, were you 100% on your meal plan, or were you
Yeah,
snacking? You know,
exactly.
so
Exactly.
for me, that made the huge difference is having you there, to just kind of check in with me and see how things were going. And
Yeah.
then again, like, I've learned so much on this program, so much more than I did on anything else I ever did. I
Yeah.
know how to eat right. I can make those decisions on my own now.
Yeah.
Um, and
I love
that
it.
made the biggest difference.
So tell everybody what was your starting weight? What was like your starting weight, and what do you think? Why do you think it was the biggest struggle? I guess just keeping the weight off because you mentioned you did Weight Watchers, right?
Hmm.
So why do you think it was such a struggle just having that weight, the weight that you did lose using Weight Watchers? Why was that a struggle keeping that off?
Okay. So my starting weight when I signed up with you was 222.
Hmm.
And I mean, I had been down after, with Weight Watchers, I had been down to under 200, like, 180 range and everything. But I put it back on, number one, because I finished my program with Weight
Yeah,
Watchers and then I went back to my old habits.
yeah.
I went
Did
back
you
to eating
did
what I
you
was.
did you exercise or they? Because whenever Weight Watchers, I've never done it. They don't have no exercising, so it
Nope.
was just
No,
wow.
I wasn't moving my body. It was
Okay.
just like, restrict your calories, for, for whatever time until you lose the weight. And then you're like, oh, yay, it worked. I lost the weight. But then when you're done, you're still not moving your body.
Yeah. That's just part of it. I mean, that's why
Hmm.
it's never just one thing. You got to put movements in, exercising, as well as eating right. And a big thing, like whenever you first started out with the program, like we struggled at first, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
been like shoot, like it's been a
Almost
while.
two
Like
years.
yeah, exactly. So we struggled for like maybe the first month and a half because you wanted to go exercise at the gym.
Hmm.
But I think honestly, we kind of chit chatted, and I know that it was like, well, let's start knocking this weight off on top of eating healthy, and the best way to do that, especially because and this is what happens to a lot of people. They exercise and they go to the gym, and they don't understand that the weight's just not going to fall off, especially when you're building muscle. It's because
Right.
you're burning fat, you're doing what you need to do, but you're also building muscle at the same time, and that's why a lot of times the scale doesn't necessarily move the way that we want it to.
Hmm.
So, and I know that that's one thing that we did with you. We started actually having you do HIIT, and just a little
Yeah.
bit more cardio, and the weight on top of you eating right started falling off.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
eventually we got you to where you started getting comfortable. Okay, well now you're starting to see results. It's actually working. And then eventually we got you in the gym. And that's what really excites me because you were like, hey, I think I'm ready for the gym. I think my confidence is up. And so like I just wanted to kind of tell everybody that story. Like that's why it's important to have a coach at the same time.
Hmm.
Because normally because initially that's what you wanted. You want to go to the gym.
Hmm.
And that's what we initially set up. But once things aren't working, then just like everybody else, everybody's different. Everybody's body's different. So everybody has to do a different kind of routine. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that we got you the results. So what? Let's talk about where you are now.
Okay.
Okay, since joining,
Hmm.
what results do you have? Like what are your what's your weight now?
Okay.
Okay. And like you can even go into like body weight, inches lost, things like that.
Yeah. So, of course, it's summer. So, I had a vacation a couple of weeks ago,
And you
and
got another one coming up.
yeah, got another one coming up, and we're in the middle of moving. So,
Yep.
I haven't been able to like 100% meal prep like I normally do,
Yeah.
but I'm about in the mid 160s.
Mhm.
I did get down to
Same.
my low weight was 162, which
Mhm.
put me at 60 pounds lost.
Woo.
I've lost about 6 inches in my waist,
Mhm.
I think, 3 to 4 inches in my thighs, which
Okay.
is a huge area
Yeah.
for me. It always has been, right? Like your thighs. They don't mind,
Yeah.
they'll go away. But for me, the biggest difference is my energy level. I have
Yeah.
so much more energy now. Like this morning, I've already been up, did my 3 mile run, hit my workout in the gym. Now I'm chilling at the pool for a little bit, and then we've got, I got to go home and help pack and get us ready to move. So
Yeah. And just so everybody knows, like Jamie couldn't run 1 mile when she first started,
oh,
without stopping when she first started.
nope.
So, and for her to, she just completed, was it the I can don't is it the is it the half
Yeah.
marathon?
Yeah. I did a half marathon in April, so a couple of months ago, which is 13.1 miles.
Insane.
It was my first one, so I kind of went into like, we'll see how far, I may have to take some walking breaks, but I didn't. I was
You
able to
did it.
run the whole 13 miles. And like felt great afterwards. Like I didn't just go home and die for the
Yeah.
rest of the day. Like I went home, I showered, and my daughter had a winter guard performance or something that day. So it was like, okay, we did that. Now let's go home, get cleaned up. And then we went off and did the rest of our day,
Yeah.
so it felt great.
And I love that. And so I know that it's important that everybody understands, because I know Jamie said, she's during summer, right? She's went on vacation, she's moving, she has another vacation coming up. And so Jamie, let me ask you, what's your, I guess, the biggest thing, which I already know the answer, but I want you to kind of answer it too. Are you comfortable where you are right now?
I am like, I monitor my weight now.
Mhm.
I kind of feel like I'm at the point that I'm not actively trying to lose several more pounds. I'm just kind of like, I have a range that I'm comfortable in.
Yep.
And I just kind of
I
make
love
sure.
that.
And like when I came back from vacation, yeah, I was a little higher than where I want to be. But I knew what to do. So I just spent a few days with like, all right, let's get back on track. I prepped my food that I needed to prep, hit my workouts, ran a few extra miles that week.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of back into the range where I want to be. And it took about a week.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. And that's what, like, that right there is what it's all about, because like before, you gain the weight back and you were just, now you just, okay, now you're just gained the, you back up to
Right.
222. And
Mm-hmm.
now if you gain the weight, it's no big deal. And I'm the same way. Like when I go on vacation, I mean, and this is what we hopefully to teach everybody. Like if you go on vacation, the whole point of vacation is to relax, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that little week, because most people go on vacations usually about a week, maybe 2 weeks tops, at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to gain 20 pounds, within those 2 weeks, unless you're like me doing a show, and I had to restrict myself so bad. But the whole point of it is like, I love the fact that you're not necessarily trying to lose. You found your comfort weight. We can always still improve with building up muscle. That's always,
Mm-hmm.
building up muscle just can take time, right?
Right.
And I just love the fact that you're pushing yourself whenever it comes to the gym, and you're growing, and you're satisfied where you are. That's what's most exciting.
Yep.
So honestly, I'm super proud of you. Like you already know that. I tell you this all the time. Let's just lose the amount of weight that you did. It's absolutely insane, and I'm so glad that you trusted in me as your coach to help you and guide you.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, you are coachable. You listen, and a lot
Yeah.
of people can't do that. So, and that's just it's not just me that helped you get the results. It's also, you did it too. You put in the work. You were
Yeah.
coachable. You meal prepped. You got the workouts done. And I just want to let you know that I'm super proud of you, like 100%.
Thanks.
You are so welcome. So we're going to end on this last question. Okay. Last question
Okay.
I got for you. What would you say helped you the most to achieving your goals while you're in this program? Everything that the program offered, we give clients meal plans, we give accountability, workout programs. You got the Facebook community. We do the challenges, we do the trainings within the Facebook group. What do you think you benefit the most out of everything to help you achieve your goals?
Everything worked together, I think, to make it happen for me. And for me, it was the routine of like, I knew when my meal plans were going to be posted, and I knew when I was going to go buy groceries, and I knew when I was going to meal prep, and I could count on what days my workouts were going to be. And like, I just created my daily schedule. I found my routine, and going in and like checking off the boxes every day, like hitting
Yeah.
that, like, I got to where, my goal was like, let me hit my step goal by noon,
Yeah.
which is in my job, being a teacher was totally doable for me. And, and just being able to open that app and hit done, that's done for
Yeah.
today and move on to the next thing. So just having that, like the routine of what I was doing every week and getting to see, oh, I finished that. I've accomplished that. I've accomplished that. Kept me going. The weekly check-ins, the check-in videos also helped a lot because sometimes, I'd have a great week and be doing really well, but it just helped me to like see your face and be like, hey, you did great. Everything is on par. You hit your meal plan 100%. Your workouts look great. Like, just keep it up.
Yeah.
So again, I think the routine of everything was huge for me. And then the accountability that I knew you were looking at what I was doing and that you were going to correct me if I did something wrong or congratulate me when I did it right. So
Yeah. And that's what I mean. Sometimes you just need, because a lot of people don't. I'm glad that you said about the weekly check-ins, because I know, like, sometimes some people just need that, that positive vibe. They need that,
mhm.
just a little boost even though they may be doing everything right. Some people just need to hear it.
Yes.
So I'm glad that you said that, because I'm human too. I want to get that pat on the the
Right.
back, whatever. So I totally love that. So Jamie, I just want to thank you for doing this client interview with me. You're actually the first client that I've ever
Yay.
done this with. This is going on the podcast. This is going on Facebook, like in the VIP group. I want everybody to see this. Even I'm thinking about posting it on YouTube. Like, it's going everywhere. So
All right.
I am so grateful for you, and you continue to crush it. You're a rock star. And honestly, guys, she's still with me. Like, she's still a part
Yep.
of Intense Fitness, and it's been 2 years.
Yep.
So I'm just so happy you're a part of the team, girl.
I am too. I'm never going back. So that's a huge thing. Like, it's not over, like before when I would do Weight Watchers or do a program or whatever, and then it was over and I would lose all of that support. So like of course we're friends outside of all of this
Yeah.
too, but like I know I still have that.
Yeah. I love it, girl. I love it. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up the podcast for today. I hope everyone got some value out of this. If you want to know more information about our program, you can always just drop a comment or just shoot me a DM on Instagram if you're listening to this on the podcast. My username is Tyler Porto _IF. Other than that, guys, I hope everyone has an awesome, awesome day. All right. Catch everybody on the next episode. Peace out, guys.